right, Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. I'm wearing this today. I'm going to show you exactly how it went on. Water foundation. The color I got is fair neutral, and I'm just loving the coverage on this. It feels very natural. It feels like just a very natural, your skin but better type of look. It's quite liquidy, so it comes in a dropper form. A lot of the stuff I've been using lately is a little bit more thick and a little more BB-like, so this is kind of a change for me. I put this on today, and I'll show you how that went on. Okay, I've contoured my face with my Makeup Forever contour palette, and I'm now going to put on my Rainforest of the Sea water foundation. I'm going to put that on top of all this mess. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load up my special brush with a few drops, and that's easier said than done. I had to go back and reload here. A few drops of it and see how far it goes. I've put 4 drops on there, and we'll see how far that goes. I'm just going to blot until I get it exactly where I want it to go. Oh, this is nice. Look. Look, it just spots it in just the right amount. Okay, I'm going to try to be careful not to disturb too much the stuff that's underneath my contouring. I don't want to disturb it too much, so I'm just going to kind of pat this foundation on. And I know I'm going to have to go back and put a lot more on because it's not going very far. When you contour like this ahead of time, it and then you have to be real careful not to disturb it. It takes a lot more time to do your makeup. Probably not going to be something I'm going to do very often. And now I'm just going to powder my new Tarte foundation. I'm using Laura Mercier's setting powder. Okay. Ta-da! So I used that today with the new Tarte double-ended brush that I went ahead and picked up. I thought this would be a really good way. A lot of these foundations that are coming out these days are all very serum-y. They're serum-based foundations. And you need sort of a flat, densely bristled, but still soft brush to put them on and sort of buff them in. I thought I'd go ahead and pick this up because the advantage to this one is it has 2 ends. You can really get into your nose and right around the side of your nose and right around your eye with this chiseled end that they have here. So I used this to put that on today. I really like this brush. You know, everybody is making a serum foundation these days, and this is going to be a great way to put all of them on. So I like the water foundation. It wears very well. However, I think I'm more in love with, and I tried this out at Ulta the other day, Tarte's new Hybrid Gel Foundation. Comes in a glass pot with a screw top, and I really liked that. That one is thicker. It is a definite full coverage, and I think it would still go on really well with this type of a brush. I kind of like the coverage better on that. This one's a little liquidy for me. Let me show you a swatch of it on my hand. This is Fair Neutral. This is the lightest one they make. Of course, that's me all the way. Goes on very dewy. Has a nice makeup foundation smell. Okay, so I kind of got tired of, I have extreme dark circles under my eyes. I got really tired of heaping on a ton of concealer and a ton of powder to try to cover up that discoloration that I have under my eyes. So I thought I would give the color correcting eye thing a try. And I picked up one of these from Urban Decay. This is their Naked Skin Color Corrector. This is a liquid color corrector. It's very much the same formula as their Naked Skin concealer. This one is bright yellow. Now I tried several different ones out at Sephora. I tried the Sephora brand. I've tried the Amazing Cosmetics brand. This one is the only one that I thought was yellow enough for me. Some of the other ones were very mustard. The Sephora one had a lot of green to it. A couple of them were very green that I tried out. I'm not going for green, I'm going for yellow, and here's why. I have a lot of purple discoloration under my eyes. A lot of people have bluish discoloration under their eyes. For blue, they would want to use peach to cancel out that color. But mine are very purple. Plus, when I use peach under my eyes, it looks very dark because I am so fair. The rest of my face is so fair. So yellow does a much better job with me of canceling out that purple under my eyes. So I'll show you how I put this on today. So I'm going to put this on really lightly, because what you don't want to do is have just screaming yellow and then try to be heaping on concealer on top of that to counteract the yellow that you've already got. So you just want to put a little amount over the discoloration. You don't want to go real heavy with your yellow or your peach or whatever, because then you're trying to cover that up too. Okay, doesn't that look already so much better? There's something about the yellow with my skin, it just takes that purple right out. Okay, now I'm going to put some concealer on top of that. I recently got this NYX HD concealer. I really like this. I'm really digging it. The color I got was number 2. It is fair. It's very much a cream concealer. It really is a dupe for me for the Urban Decay Creamy Radiant Concealer. It really is a dupe for that. So I'm going to try to use less concealer, because I should be able to use less, right? Because I've corrected some of my discoloration already. And I bring my concealer all the way up here, because that sort of lifts your eye and brightens out here and makes the whole thing look lifted. Okay, overall, even with those 2 layers, I have on less stuff under my eyes than I usually do. And I'm going to set underneath there with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder on a brush. I don't do well with baking. It just does not. My skin is too thin underneath here, and when it gets a ton of powder caked on it, it shrivels up. And then I have all this crepe and wrinkle under here. It's so gross. I really have been enjoying this powder for setting under eyes, because it's really white and it brightens all under there. So all under there is set, but I'm not crinkling up here because I don't have too much powder on. So I think it turned out much better. I have much less product in general under my eyes. I have less concealer. I have less powder. I just put a tiny bit of that yellow Urban Decay product under there to try to cancel out the redness. I think this did a really good job. It's pretty opaque. However, you can sheer it out quite a bit. Some of the other ones were just too sheer to begin with. There it is, a little bit more sheer. And I think it just has the right color tone to cancel out my purple. I'm really happy with how my under eyes turned out today. I think they turned out better than they've ever looked. Bye, thanks for watching. See you next time. I've got lots more stuff on the way. You know, it's always that way.